Welcome to our YouTube live tonight. My name is Anne Granger and I'm an independent demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada. And I'm excited to be with you. I am trying to find myself here, so please give me a minute. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a bit since I did YouTube live, and it was almost like I was forgetting what I was doing. Like, it was kind of crazy. I had to sit there and think about it for a minute. So I am just trying to find myself here. My phone is not sitting in my holder very well. Just give me a minute. If you're here, let me know. I'm not sure why I cannot find myself right now. It's just like everything. Okay, I'm just gonna go this you. Okay, here we go. Oh, and it says I have no internet. Oh my gosh, we just got new internet. So I'm gonna roll with this and hope that it continues. I see myself now on my phone or my thing. I think I can see myself. Oh my goodness. Just need to find the video. Oh goodness, we've got it. Okay. Hello. Welcome. I can see myself now. Welcome to today. Today is Wednesday. Give me a minute. I need to catch my breath. Okay. Welcome to our video. My name is Anne Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I am excited to be with you. I usually go live on Mondays and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I've missed a few weeks just because I am adjusting back to work, and also I have a big event that I am prepping for. So right now that is has been on my mind and trying to get it done. I'm excited to say that everything is prepped and ready to go. So now I can get back to my regular creating. So this week I thought I would pick a bundle from the Annual Catalogue and show you it. This was one that when I first saw the Annual Catalogue, I was like, oh my gosh, I really like this. I know it says a cornflower, but this reminds me like of a Gerber daisy. And I love Gerber daisies. And if you're a huge fan of flowers, then you're definitely going to want to add this to your collection. So tonight I'm going to show you two cards. And those two cards are going to show you two different ways to color. So we're using two different ways to color, showcasing this set. I hope you guys find me. I had sent a link out, but then that link was not working. I got to figure this out, but just going to bear with me. All right, so the cornflower, let's dive in. If you're here, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're joining me on the replay, please let me know that you're here. I would love to, I would love to chat with you while we're crafting. It's like you're sitting in my craft room and we're eating chocolate and we're chatting about the day and we're just trying to figure out, we're decompressing. That's what we're doing tonight, decompressing from life. Life is crazy right now. Everyone I talk to, they're like, oh my gosh, life is so busy. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. So one of my things that I love to do is create. So you are in my happy place, aka my studio. I come in here every day. Every day I am in here crafting, whether it is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour or more. I do need to come in here. It helps me relax from my busy day at work. I love creating and sharing. And it's just one of those ways that it really feeds my soul. Like, I listen to music. The other day I was listening to some, I like nature sounds and things like that. And I was like, is it too early for Christmas music? I think November 1st. But anyways, so let's dive in. Coneflower Celebration was one that I saw back in the Annual Catalogue. When I saw the first Annual Catalogue when I was at Onstage in March, and I was flipping through it, I fell in love with this bundle. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the big flower or what, but I absolutely love it. So this is our Annual Catalogue. This catalog goes from May 2025 to April 2026. If you live here in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to work with you. You can message me and I can pop one in the mail, or you can shop my online store. And I'll put all the links to those videos, those after my video tonight. So the Coneflower Celebration, you can buy just the stamp set, or you can buy the dies, or you can buy the bundle. The best way is to buy the bundle because you actually save 10%. And it's $72.75, so you get the stamp set and dies. And tonight I'm going to show you how to make this card along with another card. So let's dive in and let me show you that. So Photo Palmer, it is a Photo Palmer stamp set, which is meant for two-step stamping. You want to be able to see where you're stamping, especially when you're doing. Also comes with the Coneflower Celebration dies. There's 10 in here, and there's the Canadian number right here if you're in the North America market. I love it because there's different things you can do with this set. I think this is a good one to have on hand because you can use it for a wide variety of occasions. Like you've got birthdays, thank you, celebrating you. Sorry, I think you could use this as a sympathy card. I think that would be really nice too. So let's dive in and show you. So we're using this stamp set tonight. I paired some of my projects this week with the Countrywood Designer Series paper. I always like to show you a product of the week, and then I like to pair it with pattern paper. Pattern paper is one of my favorite things I use. When I first became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I was in the world of scrapbooking and found it very frustrating going to a scrapbook store and couldn't find anything to coordinate. As soon as I fell in love with Stampin' Up! And knew that everything coordinated, it was a game changer for me. And I'm like 18 and a half years and still loving it. So I paired it with the Countrywoods. Now, if you follow me, I was doing Facebook Lives, and then Facebook changed the way they were doing their videos. So now I'm switching over to YouTube, and I'm going to really work on building my YouTube channel, but also I'm going to work about learning how to stream videos. So that's my next goal, is to learn once I'm done with all my events here. This is one that you can use for anything. I have used, this was in our catalog last year and it carried over, but I love, and this here is my favorite pattern. I could have a full pack of that and I would be so happy. So Countrywoods, great. It's in the annual catalog, so that is a great one. All right, so let me show you the projects we are making tonight, and then I have some other samples to share with you, and I have a sneak peek of a new product, so I'm excited. All right, so the first card we're making tonight, I did case from the catalog, and you can find that in where the celebration is, and I believe that, I'll tell you what page that is if you just were like referencing and you wanted to see where that was. It is on page, oh, that's not it. Where is it here? Ah, missed it. Oh yeah, it's right here. So it's on page 82. We're casing this one right here. So that is a great card. I fell in love with it. I thought it was really nice. I love how they colored. And when I looked up the recipe, so the one thing about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is Stampin' Up! Gives you all the supplies you need for these cards. And I looked it up and they used blender pens. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to show you guys that because I never use my blender pens. It's one of those tools I've had, but I forget it. So we're going to create this card. Now, I've gone ahead and done some of the stuff already just to save us some time. I know our lives are very busy, so sometimes I think maybe you want videos that are like shorter. Some people like videos that are longer. We are using basic white, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so that is our basic white. I have gone ahead and embossed a piece of cardstock. So this is, I think this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So what I did was I ran it through my embossing folder. I am using the Forever Plaid. This is one that I would highly recommend too. I love my embossing folders, and the reason why I love them is they add that little extra pop or like texture to your card. So this is a great one, and you can find this one in the annual catalog also. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere that down. I can't believe how dark here it's getting. Like it's already like 7:15 and it's dark. And I know the time's going to change soon and it's going to be darker earlier, but yeah. All right, so I have already colored our leaves, but I'm going to show you how to color the flowers. So let's go ahead and put down our stems, and then we'll color the flower, and I'll finish coloring the butterfly. I just thought that would be easier to save us some time. So I stamped my stem in Memento ink. If you're going to be coloring, you want to use like Memento or something. Memento, it's best for so your colors don't bleed is really what you want. So Memento is like the one I use when I'm coloring with stamping blends. If I'm using watercolor, I use a lot of those. If I want like a true nice black color, then I will use Secret Sea. I really like that color. It's one of our new in colors. All right, so we're just going to put this down here. I'm gonna see if I can tuck this under here a little bit. Oh, my my thing's not sticking. Let's put some more glue here. You know, when you haven't done a video for so long, you feel rusty. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get back into my normal evening schedule. I'm trying to get into that. What does it look like when I come home? I walk my puppy, you know, just kind of those things. So, okay, so there's that. Now, let's pull this aside, and I'm going to leave that here just so you can see what we're doing, and I'm going to bring this in. So what I did was I stamped, and I'm going to do the next card. I'm going to show you how I stamped and cut it. But I stamped this in Memento ink, and I ran it through the die. So I used this die, and I cut it out. So it cuts out like that. The neat thing is, and then the neat thing about this die is that you can actually like fold it. But I'm just going to trim it because that's all I just need is I just want the top. We're just going to cut it around that out. Okay, so there's that. Now, let me bring in, I'm just going to bring in like a piece of paper here. All right, oh, this is like a big, there, okay. So we're going to finish coloring. Now, what we are using is our blender pens. Our blender pens are like watercoloring. You can use them with our watercolor crayons. You can use them with ink. The thing is when you're using blender pens is you don't want to color like you're coloring in so imagine you're coloring in a coloring book and you have an image and you're really coloring it. If you color that hard with a blender pen, you will rip your paper. So you want to be really gentle. I always make sure that I just color off because I want to make sure that there's no ink. So let's bring in the Coastal Cabana. And what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze on your ink pad. Oh my gosh, if I can get these open. Okay, and I need to do it a bit more. I think I need to, sometimes I just spend some time and re-ink all my ink pads. So what I'm doing is I'm picking up the ink with the blender pen and I'm swirling it around. And then I'm just going to come in and color. So I'm going to make these ones a little darker. Kind of thought I would have like some dark, some light. I work in a school, and the beginning of the school, one of the students brought in a butterfly kit, and the class actually watched the butterfly change, and then they got to go release it, and I got to go with them. Oh my God, it was the coolest thing ever, watching this little butterfly come out of its cage and go fly away. It was so cool to watch. All right, so I'm doing the same. So I'm going to color off, and I'm going to pick up some of that pecan, and I'm just going to color in the body. So there is our butterfly. Isn't that cute? So you can color as light as dark. I would just try not to color too much, or you'll pull the paper. So there is that piece. So let's go ahead and color our flower now. So I'm going to use Pecan Pie for the top, and as you can see, I'm just like kind of swirling it. I'm gonna pick up some more color here. And then I'm just gonna pick it up, kind of come in here and swirl. So this is a nice alternative if you want to use like another way of coloring. There's different means you can color with, so that you can use your inks and blender pen. You can use your, Stampin' Blends, which we're going to use next. Or you can use watercolor crayons in this. There's multiple ways of coloring. All right, we're going to use crushed curry. So let's just kind of go in here like that. And we're going to pick out crushed curry. Okay. And I'm going to like just, I find like Stampin' Up does a really good job of showing us where to highlight. Now, there's demonstrators out there. I'm telling you, they can color. Their like work is beautiful. I think it's one of those things you just kind of have to keep practicing. I would love to know, are you more of a card maker, or are you like, I'm gonna pick up this darker here, just kind of go in here. Are you a card maker? Are you a scrapbooker? Or are you both? Like, what do you love to create? Maybe you like just creating with 3D items, or I would love to know. So as I said, I actually started off as a scrapbooker, and then I got into card making, and I would say I do probably 75% more like card making and 25% scrapbooking, but I've been doing 50-50 lately. And I do really like it. So I'm going to pick this up, and we're just going to kind of come in here and color. And it's okay if you show some white. That just means, like, you know, how the sun reflects on your, like, you know, how if you're looking at a flower and the sun is reflecting, some spots are darker when other spots are lighter. So I think that's kind of cool. So just kind of go like that. And then we're just going to continue. And okay, so there is our flower. And then you're just going to color off. And as you see, you color off, there's no more color left in the blender pen, which means you can easily go to your next color. So that's kind of nice. Okay, let's pull this away and let's bring back in our card and finish it up. So we're going to put some dimensionals on these. And if you follow me, I know, so this would be the inside of your dimensionals, but you're going to want to just save the ends and trim around them, because then you get like dimensional pieces that you can actually put. Okay, so there's that. Let's pull these in. The best way to find out what is happening in my studio is to make sure you sign up for my email list, and I will put that down. Actually, I'm just going to put this a little bit more. I will put that on my down below, just because I don't want you guys to miss out. Okay, and what's happening? I always send Monday. I usually when I'm working in my room business. And I'm doing lives. Every Monday, I will send you an email telling you what the product of the week is. And then I will, on the weekend, so like on Sunday, I will do a recap of all the projects and videos that we did. And I will link them back to my blog. So I always link everything back to my blog. The blog is like my hub. So here is my blog, which is www.stampwithann. So, all right. We are just going to stamp It's Your Day. I'm stamping that on Coastal Cabana, which is such a pretty color. I would love to know, Stampin' Up! Has 4 color families. Well, actually, probably. So we have the in colors, we have brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles. I would love to know, which one do you use the most? I have to say I'm a bright person, but I do love the regals. Stampin' Up! Changed their colors a while, family order, and I really like it. Actually, in my ink pad holder and in my cardstock holder, I go by rainbow color. But I am drawn to the bright colors. I do really like those. So I would just love to know. All right, so it's your day. We're just going to pop that up. Put that right here. Oh, you're going to hear my puppy bark because I feel my daughter is coming home. Okay, and then, you know what? I'm actually just going to get a little piece here. And just put that down there. Okay, we're going to bring in some neutral, some dots. So I am using the neutral matted dots, and these are good embellishments if you want to have on hand. You actually get white, black, very vanilla, and pecan. So if you're like, I don't know about you, but I love embellishments. That's one of the other things I like to use on my cards. And I always feel like I like to use it. So the second thing that I would highly recommend in your craft room is a take-a-pick tool. This is our take-a-pick tool. I use it all the time. It comes with different attachments that you can get. And these are the ones I kind of use all the time. So I just leave it like that. So that is our first card. So let me show you up close. I'll put these away. All right. So here is our first card, showcasing the Coneflower Celebration and coloring it with Stampin' Blends. So you can, sorry, not Stampin' Blends, a blender pen and ink. You can see how I really went a little lighter on this one and a little darker, darker and light, just to kind of reflect that. But that is, imagine sending that to somebody in the mail to brighten their day. I really think we should send more happy mail. Just to brighten someone's day. You never know. Someone could be having a tough day. Imagine having a tough day and going to the mailbox and seeing a card from a friend. That would definitely put a smile on my face. All right, so there's our first card. Let's show you the second card, and then I will bring that back in. All right, the second card I'm showcasing tonight is actually inspired by my friend Amy Cohenders. She is a demonstrator in the US, and we are going to make this one. This is using the, it's like a hidden gem. It is using the Irresistible Designs Designer Series paper. And let me show you what that looks like. So I have everything here. Oh, where's mine? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So let's show you the Irresistible Design paper. It comes in, so you get 6 sheets and it's 12 by 12 and it comes in 3 different patterns. I'm going to kind of bring it up close so you can see it. So this one is like, you can see that it's glossy, so it's embossed so that when you color it, you'll see that. This is a leaf pattern. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see here on the video. You'll definitely see it when I do the thing. So this is a leaf pattern. And then there is a striped pattern, which is we're using tonight. Oh, there you can maybe see it. And then there's flowers. So these are the 3 patterns you get. You get 6 sheets. 3 sheets of each. So you get like 12 sheets. 4 sheets? 4 sheets, and I think it's like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is in the annual catalog. It's called Irresistible Designs is what it's called. All right, so let me show you what we're going to do. We're actually going to do that first. Can you bring me a paper towel? Yeah. So let me bring in my, I'm going to bring in a bigger grid paper here. All right, let's just turn it to this way. Okay, so we're going to start with this, and then we're going to show you how to finish coloring. So what we're going to use is a Lost Lagoon ink pad, and we're going to use sponge dabber. So you can either use a sponge dabber or you can use a blending brush. I would have used a blending brush, but I didn't have any. And I'm waiting on my order to come with them. So we're going to use this. I thought, you know what? I'm going to try it. I want to see if it works. So it's going to go through an ugly stage before it goes through a beautiful stage. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go and we're just going to color. So as you can see when I'm coloring, it's picking up that embossed design. So that glossy design on our paper. Okay, and I'm just going to, like I said, it's going to go through an ugly stage before it gets better. It would definitely be easier if you had like blending brushes. So I'm just going to keep coloring like this. I'm going to make it as dark as we possibly can. Okay, so you can see there, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to close my Lost Lagoon ink pad because I don't need to stick my finger in it. And I'm going to move our sponge dabber. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of paper, Kleenex, paper towel, I had paper towel, and I'm just going to like smooth out. So you can see when I do that, the emboss really is more raised. Like you can see it's kind of muted here, but it's brighter. So we're just going to continue to do that. So just kind of go around. Like this. And just kind of buffering. I'm just buffering it and really, really put your pressure in to make it like pop out. All right, so I see I missed a corner here, so let's just go back in here and fix that corner because that would drive me crazy. And just gonna smooth that out a bit. Okay, so there is that. I'm happy with that. Let me put that away. We're going to bring in a piece of white. So this is 3 3/4 by 5, and this one is 4 by 5 1/4. So that's usually a standard mat size. Okay, so we got that. Now our base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and it is Lost Lagoon. So that is the color that we are using. So we can go ahead and put that down. And we'll put that there. Okay, so now we have that. We're gonna work on some other things and then we'll bring that back in. So I have, I'm gonna flip this because that will probably flip this. I'm just gonna put these down here because I just wanna color. Okay, we're gonna use our stamping blends. So I have Old Olive and then we're going to color. Oh gosh. Hold on here, my Old Olive is doing something funny here. Why is it always like when you're on video that your things like to, you know, break and do things and, all right, hold on here. We're just gonna use this color. Okay. Oh, geez. So this is Old Olive. I'm gonna try again in a minute to do my dark. So I'm just gonna color. The one thing about our stamping blends, you know what, I'm actually just going to take this off because that's just kind of distracting. The one thing I love about our stamping blends is you can go from light to dark, dark to light. There's no real rhyme or reason. So let's just color here and see if I can blend in some of that other one. Okay, let me see if I can get this. I think I have another one. It's sticking right now. Is this Old Olive? Dark Old Olive, yes. All right, this might be a little darker, but we're just gonna blend. Oh yeah. Okay. Just gonna blend in some of those highlights. If you're watching on the replay, I would love for you to let me know where you're from. What kind do you craft more with? Are you a card maker, a scrapbooker? I would love to know. Do you like fancy folds? What kind of things do you like to create with? Okay, so there is our leaves, and we'll put those aside. Now I'm going to bring in this. We're going to color our Lost Lagoon, and then we're going to do the cornflower. I know you're probably, I had scheduled my video. So what happened was I scheduled my video, and then when I went to start my video, it wasn't starting. And then I don't know what happened. I totally forgot how to do it. And then I figured it out. And then I think I lost the link. So I had to just start the video. So if you're finding me, thank you for watching. If you're here in Canada and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you out. Stampin' Up has some amazing products coming out. We have an annual catalog. We have our September to December catalog. And we also have online exclusives. And what I mean by online exclusives is just those things are hosted on our website. You will not find them in in a catalog, and they're while supplies last. So if they're popular, Stampin' Up tends to keep them around, and if not, they could be anywhere from 6 months to a few months. So just yeah, I like them because and I'm going to show you one tonight, so I'm excited to show you that. Okay, I am using, these are our natural tone blends, and you get a light set and a dark set, and you get, I think it's, you get 2 in each pack. So I am using the 100. It's a little dark, but it's perfect for what I wanted. Okay, so we have all those. So let's go ahead and glue down our stem, and then we'll stamp our flower, cornflower, and cut it out. So we're just gonna put, so I'm just using glue, and I'm just gonna pop these guys up. We're gonna put that over here for now. We'll pop up our leaves. Make sure I'm in the video view. So yeah, so my goal for 2025, remaining of 2025, probably more like 2026, is to learn a streaming service so that I can stream to Facebook and I can stream to YouTube at the same time. If you followed me, I was on Facebook, but like as I said, Facebook is making it harder and harder. So I kind of switched over to this platform. So I'm excited. Okay, let's put this aside. I'm going to put this over here, up here, and we're going to bring in my Stampin' Cut because we're going to stamp. So let's bring in some paper. All right, now I'm going to bring in that big one. So this is the cornflower, and when you're going to use stamping blends, you want to use Memento ink. So we're just going to stamp that up and put that away. Oh, actually I need it again. Okay, and then we're just going to stamp our flower just like that. There you go. It's a beautiful flower. You can really see the concept artist who worked on this is like just the details in it is gorgeous. To me, it reminds me of a Gerber flower, and more than a cornflower. But either way, it's still gorgeous. I just think it's gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Let me I'm just going to put this up here for now. Let me grab my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Okay, we're going to put this down. I'm going to put it this way because we're going to use this big flower. And as you see, when you, oops, wrong way. Because you can tell I was the wrong way because look, my flowers, the petals weren't matching up. So I want to come back to this way. And I'm going to use Post-it tape just to hold it in place. All right, and then we're going to run it through. And I'm going to show you, so my projects tonight, I'm actually showing you how to use them with the stamped images, but I also have some samples to show you that is going to show you how to use it with just cardstock and dies, which I think is so pretty too. So don't let me forget to show you those samples. Sometimes when you get creating, you forget. But I truly have missed stamping with you guys. So I'm excited to be back in the world of stamping. Okay. All right. So that's what. Now, like I said, you could fold this over and you could have like a little message in the inside. But for our purpose of our card, we are just going to trim it. And we're just going to round those out. Okay. So let's put these dies away, and I will do that after. So I'm going to leave that there. Clear that out. We're going to color. So I am going to use that natural tone blender pen. Actually, I think I have oh, I do here. Here is a chart. So I'm not sure if you can still get it as a collection. I made this a long time ago. But here is all the different colors you can get. So you can go, starts with 100 and works its way. So you can see as we get higher into the thousands, it gets to be a darker color, lighter color. So I am using the 100. And as I said, you can find these in our online store. Just type in natural tone blends, or you can type in Stampin' Blends, and you will see them. And they're also in the annual catalog, I believe. It's hard to remember what's in the annual catalog and what's not, because Stampin' Up changed the way they were doing things this year. Okay, so there's that. But if you're looking for great colors, like this is a great skin, these are great skin colors. Lots of really nice tones. So As I said, you could try that. I'm not sure if it was, I remember before this was a collection, but anyways, it just at least shows you the colors that you can get with it. So that's kind of nice. All right, so let's color up. We're going to use Peach Pie, and I like to go dark to light. I don't know, it's just one of those things. Let me bring this back in and show you here what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to see these lines. I'm going to do my dark on those lines. And I'm going to color these little pieces in here. Okay, so there's that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the light color, and I like to color in little circles. It just helps me, I feel. Now, as I said, there's demonstrators out there who color beautifully. My friend Patty Bennett, she has a beautiful color. I would love to spend a week with her in her studio. That is like a dream bucket list. So Patty, if you're watching. Just quickly color these in. Okay, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? And you could go back in, like I could go back and add some of those darker shades in again. Really just defines those lines. It makes those stand out. Okay, so there's that. All right, let's pop this up. We're going to, oops, that's a good thing my ink pad was closed because that would have landed on my floor. This is why you, tell you should see my desk. My desk has, I'm prepping for a big event next week. It's next Saturday, and my desk is just got baskets and it's just everywhere. And I'm the type of person that likes a clean desk, so it's kind of driving me a little bonkies, but that's okay. All right, what did I do with our little, let me see here. I'll use these for now. I'm the type who like cleans as I go, right? So like I put stuff in, I have a bin beside me and I'm putting it away, and yeah, so, okay, we're almost done here. So I've got a few more things to share with you. Okay, so there's that. Now, I want to show you quickly. So, this, as I told you at the beginning of our video, Stampin' Up! Has different publications. So we have an annual catalog, we have a September to December catalog, and then we'll have a spring catalog, which is your January to April. But every other month, they release what is called online exclusives. So this was their September release. And if you go online and go to the section online exclusives, you will see all the products that are in here. These are available right now. We're going to dive into some of these Christmas ones starting in November. As a demonstrator, I actually get to pre-order. That's the one thing I love about being a demonstrator. You get to order early from the November online exclusives. And this is the November online exclusives. And the one I'm showing you today is called Banner Sayings. And it is this 3-banner punch. Now, if you love Stampin' Up!, you love to create with others, you want to be a part of a community, you have a huge shopping list, or maybe you're a person who wants to like shop on a budget, then right now Stampin' Up! Has an amazing offer. You can join the Stampin' Up! Community. There's 2 choices for you to choose from. One is you get to pick out $252 worth of product here in Canada, and you only pay $135. And then the other one is you pick out $165 worth of product and you only pay $48. That is a steal of deal. When I joined as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator like 18 years ago, my kit was over $400 and I didn't get to customize it. I just got picked whatever it was there. So why am I telling you that? Because you can actually add these to your starter kit. So I am going to show you the banner punch. My stamp set is coming, so I'll show you that later. So I'm the type of person that I like to punch then stamp. So this is called the 3 banner punch, and I'm just gonna pop like that. And look at the 3 different banners you get. I might have to buy another one of these punches because I just love this so much. These are the 3 that I tend to use a lot. I love how it's like dog-tailed. But yeah, so we're going to use this one here. And then I keep these in a container so that when I'm looking to do some other things, I can easily find it. We are going to use the one that says thank you. I just thought maybe this would be a nice little card to give to somebody if you're saying thanks. Maybe to like a friend, or maybe you are going away. It could be anything. Maybe someone did something nice for you and you just want to thank them. So there, it works perfect. So this is the Coneflower bundle, works perfect with that new banner punch. I think it's going to be one of those punches that I use all the time. I was telling my team last night, because I do a Facebook Live, and I was saying how, you know, like you want a banner, you got to go punch it, die cut it out. But this is going to save me so, it's going to be wonderful. I'm going to love it. So super, super excited. Okay. So let's finish off this card and I'm going to show you some other samples. All right, so let's bring in my little dimensionals. So these are our dimensionals. We have them in 2 different sizes, big and large. We are using the small. They're actually called minis. Okay, and we're just going to put it right there. Now I'm bringing in, this is called the white ribbon, and we're just going to quickly make a bow here. Okay, so I like to just kind of fiddle around with it till I get the bow size I like. Then I'm going to use, these are our paper snips. Unfortunately, the manufacturer that make them doesn't carry them anymore, but Stampin' Up! Is working on getting some more. And what I like to do with my ribbon is I will use a binder clip, and then I hold my ribbon end so that I know I just had an extra piece, so that's where my ribbon goes. All right, let's bring in a glue dot, and then we're gonna show you those 2 cards we made tonight, and then I'm gonna show you a couple other samples. So I apologize for being a little longer tonight, but I was having problems connecting. It will get easier, right? You have to keep doing things to get easier. That's what I say. Learn as you go. All right, so here is the 2 cards we made. So there's this one using the Irresistible Designs Specialty Paper. Highly, highly recommended. It's a hidden gem in the catalog. And then there's this one. So 2 cards featuring the Coneflower Celebration and colored 2 different ways. We used blender pens on these ones with an ink pad, and then we used our regular stamping blends on these ones. So let me show you some other cards that I have made with this set, because I always like to show you guys other samples so that, you know, because sometimes you think, oh, do I really need something? And the more you see it, and you're thinking, hey, I like these projects, but I want to see more, definitely Google this or search it on Pinterest, you'll find. So I thought I would make just a simple white daisy. I'm going to call it daisy. Simple white cornflower. I did white and I did daffodil. I used that Country Lane paper. I used 2-tone old olive cardstock so I can do lighter leaves and then darker underneath. And then I brought in linen thread. I chose to not put a greeting on this one because maybe I could use this as a sympathy card. I just sometimes like having blank cards, then you can add that greeting when you need it. So the one I showcased on my blog already, this one was on my blog and this one was on my blog. And then I'll put this, I'll link, like probably tomorrow, I'll put this video up on my blog and then I'll link it to Facebook. I love this one. So this one uses strawberry slush and pecan pie, and I brought in that old olive two-tone cardstock, so they're darker on top and the lighter on the bottom. I did it verse there. This is that Country Lane Designer Series paper. There is that new banner punch, and the greeting is from the Coneflower. I absolutely love this one. I think it's the background. Like, I love that paper. This card was inspired by my friend Mary. So shout out to my friend Mary over at Stampin' Peace with Mary Nabe. I saw a similar idea and I really liked the colors. So this one is Pretty in Pink Berry Burst. And I just colored them in with my Stampin' Blends. So I used that 100 natural blend. I used Berry Burst and Granny Apple. I did a little bit of specking on the back where I like flick my marker, and then Celebrating You, and then brought in some twine. So those are the cards that I have for you tonight, showcasing the Coneflower Celebration. So we'll do a quick recap. This is a bundle that you can find in the Annual Catalog. So if you purchase a stamp set and a dies, you save 10%. The pattern paper we are using is Country Lane, but I also brought in the Irresistible Designs to show you a little bit of that. This video will be, once I'm done with the YouTube live, it will be on my channel, and then I will link all the stuff underneath for you. And then tomorrow night, I will post this video and the measurements for these two cards on my blog. So you can go back to my blog, see the supplies and everything you need. So I would really love to hear how you liked these cards. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking with me while I worked out the kinks. And make sure you join my newsletter, because that's how you know what's happening in my studio. I will be back next week. I'm not sure what we're doing. I do have a busy week. So it might be a kit, might be something quick. But definitely I will be here next Wednesday night. For now, I'm just going to do some Wednesday nights until I get these big events out of my way, and then I'll go back to my regular scheduled Mondays and Wednesdays. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.